Our inhibitor turret is under attack. An ally has
What up, humans? Kurumi here, and welcome to the Mobile Legends Bootcamp. In this video, we are going to talk about the mage hero, Harley. Harley has a good set of area of effect, magical blink trick, and burst kills. Our mage genius, Harley, is a mage hero. I consider Harley as an assassin mage hero since his skills lets him burst an enemy hero, and just easily lets him get away with his murderous stunt. Not only that, his basic attacks deal magic damage, which further proves his existence as a magician. Now, let me share some tips and tricks on how to use Harley based on our experience. We will also teach you some combos and techniques on the latter part of this bootcamp. But before that, let me explain his skills one by one for further understanding. Harley's passive, Magic Master, lets Harley puke magic from his basic attacks. Being a Magic Meister himself, his basic attacks are made up of a percentage from his physical attack and magic power. This combination of damage is dealt his magic damage on his basic attacks. Harley's first skill, Poker Trick, lets Harley shoot numerous number of cards forward. Upon using this skill, Harley will shot 3 to 5 rounds of cards forward depending on this skill's level. Enemies hit will receive a certain amount of magic damage. A same target that is hit for more than 3 times will receive less damage. Each card's Harley lands on an enemy will increase his attack speed by a certain percentage. This stacks up to 8 to 10 times depending on this skill's level. Harley's second skill, Space Escape, lets him to be the greatest trickster ever. Using this skill will make Harley blink towards a designated direction and will leave his magical hat behind. The blink will also increase his movement speed for a short period. When you click on this skill again while it's still available for re-clicking, Harley blinks back to his hat just like a magician that he is. Harley's ultimate skill, Deadly Magic, lets Harley shoot a magic fire ring to a target. Using this skill will shot a magic fire ring to a target. This can be blocked by other heroes. The target will receive a certain amount of magic damage and will have their movement speed reduced. The magic ring will stay with the target for a few moments. At the end of the ring's duration, the ring will deal a certain amount of burst magic damage, plus a percentage of the total of the damage dealt to the target while having a fire ring on him. There are so many items that you can buy for Harley. You can focus on items that grants magic damage, magic penetration, magic lifesteal, and items that gives you extra damage. You can actually consider the ultimate burst build, if you want to focus on more magic damage dealing. You can also consider the does crit work build, if you chose to deal critical magic damage to the target. But let's talk about the Kurumi way further. As for starting item, you can consider buying Star Shard. When buying this jungling item, I recommend that you have Retribution spell with you. This item grants magic power, mana regen, and magic lifesteal. Its unique attribute grants additional damage to monsters. Another unique passive of this item is Recharge. Every time you kill an enemy hero, you will recover a percentage of your health points. Another unique passive of this item is Greed. This passive grants additional experience when jungling. Also, you recover some health and mana every time you kill jungle monsters. Another unique passive of this skill is Gorge. This unique passive boosts your damage permanently every time you kill a jungle monster. This stacks up to 15 times. Lastly, this item makes the Retribution spell applicable to enemy heroes. Upon using Retribution, the target will have his movement speed reduced and will reduce the target's magic defense. For your kicks, you can consider buying Arcane Boots. This item grants you additional movement speed and magic penetration. Magic penetration will let your magic damage ignore a portion of the enemy's magic defense. Buying magic items such as lightning truncheon will help you deal more burst damage. This item gives you magic power, mana, and cooldown reduction. Its unique passive will deal magic damage to your target and to other enemies when you use a skill. This item's damage depends on your maximum mana. This unique passive has a short cooldown. You also might want to consider Glowing Wand. This item grants magic power, health points, and movement speed. Its unique passive lets the enemy target hit by your skill be burned per second, depending on the target's maximum health points. Another magic item to consider is Genius Wand. This item grants magic power and movement speed. Its unique attribute grants 15 magic penetration. Its unique passive reduces target's magic defense when you deal damage to them, which scales with your level. This effect lasts for 2 seconds and stacks up to 3 times. You might want to consider Blood Wings. This item grants magic power and health points. Its unique passive grant you additional health points for every magic power added to your stats. Lastly, you might want to consider Holy Crystal. This item grants a huge amount of magic power. Its unique passive increases your magic attack by a percentage. The percentage scales with your level. The item build for Harley really depends on the enemy's lineup. So make sure to read each item's description so you can adapt in-game. One of the best spells to be used on Harley is Retribution. This will deal true damage to the target minion or jungle monster. When you have a jungling item, having this spell will decrease the damage taken from jungle monsters permanently. This spell will help you farm more gold faster. Building items quickly in the early game will give you advantage against enemies, making it for you to prey easier on squishy targets like marksman and mage. You can also consider Flame Shot. Using this spell will knock back enemies hit near you, reduce their movement speed, and will deal certain amount of magic damage. This will be helpful especially when enemies try approaching you. You can also consider the Forbidden Jutsu, Execute. This deals a certain amount of true damage to the target. The damage also depends on the enemy's lost health points. This spell ignores the shield effect of the target. If the target has been slain using Execute, its cooldown will be reduced. In my opinion, the best emblem set to be used is the Custom Mage Emblem set. Custom Mage Emblem could provide extra stats according to your needs as an assassin burst mage. Set agility to its max level because it can give you additional movement speed. Higher movement speed means higher chance to chase enemies or escape death. Setting observation to max level will provide additional magic penetration on your skills. Higher magic penetration deals more magic damage to enemies. That means your skills will be more explosive. Get magic worship to deal more magic damage to the enemies. When dealing damage that is more than a certain percentage of target's max HP for 3 times in 5 seconds, the target will receive a burning effect. This burning effect burns the target for 3 times. This effect has a cooldown of 12 seconds. Set first skill to max level first. Prioritizing this makes the number of cards higher and the attack speed boost stacks cap higher. That means you can easily burst squishy enemies while being more durable with this. Prioritize second skill less since your first skill is what you need for better damage dealing. Always upgrade his ultimate skill when available for upgrading. Harley's passive skill is what you need to deal higher damage with your basic attacks. Your basic attack's damage consists of a percentage from your physical attack and magic power. So the more you boost your magic damage, the more your basic attacks will hurt. Take note that your basic attack will deal magic damage. Also, since it's a basic attack, critical items could make your basic attacks deal critical magic damage. So it's up to your discretion if you will mix Harley with critical items. Harley's first skill is what you need for dealing burst damage to enemies. Take note that each card will deal magic damage. So it's best if you are almost beside the enemy when casting this to ensure he catches every card you will deal. This skill has a really long range to help you kill enemies trying to escape their inevitable death. Also take note that each card that hits an enemy will grant you stack to boost your attack speed. So, after you deal all the cards from this skill, you can deal a decent amount of basic attacks to punish the enemy further. You can also move Harley during the casting of this skill. so this definitely makes him really mobile. Lastly, the attack speed bonus could help you push turrets. Just hit minions first with this skill, then you are good to go for destroying that turret. Harley's second skill is what you need to juke down enemies. With the ability to blink towards a specified direction, this will make you further chase an enemy or escape death. Take note that you can use this skill again. Clicking this again will make you return back to the location of your hat. So Harley is definitely one of the heroes to wrath deception to enemies. Just like this Helgard who have fallen into our deception. You can use this to fool enemies who are trying to chase you and let you escape without the hassle. You can also use this in the combo we are going to teach you later to let you escape after assassinating a target. Also, you can use this skill to make it more dramatic to see killing an enemy without you being there on the explosion of their body. Harley's ultimate skill is what you need to deal burst damage to the target. This skill can be casted to a single target. When that target is on fire with the fire ring, all the damage received by the target during its duration will be included in the computation of the final damage to be received. So it's best if you make every cards from your first skill hit and your basic attacks deal massive damage to the target with the fire ring, so that the burst damage after a few seconds will make the target suffer like he haven't felt before. Here we are again with our experiments. We have our favorite lab rat, Rakuten, to demonstrate with us some heroes that can greatly counter or dominate Harley in game. First we have Guzhin. Let's test if we can juke out of Guzhin's first skill. As you can see, Guzhin chased us until hell. Some of his blades even hit us, which could have been devastating in a real match. Next we have Atlas. Let's test if we can escape out of his ultimate skill by returning to our hat. As you can see, you can't go back to the hat when you are already airborne from Atlas' ultimate skill. But if you use this before Atlas does his wrestling finisher move, you can safely get out of danger. Next we have Hayabusa. Let's see if we can shrug off Hayabusa while he is using his ultimate skill on Harley. As you can see, Hayabusa is still scratching our itchy body even after we went back to our hat. Probably because Harley doesn't take a bath. Next we have Lolita. Let's see if Lolita's shield could block our first and ultimate skill. As you can see, Lolita's shield was able to block both our ultimate and first skill because both are projectiles. So when there is a Lolita on the enemy side, better make sure she has already used her shield before diving in. Next up we have Minsither. Let's see if we can go back to our hat when we are inside Minsither's ultimate skill. As you can see, Harley can't go back to his hat while inside Minsither's ultimate skill. This just means that Minsither could see through your deception. Next, we now have Kufra. Kufra's second skill could stop the enemies blinking throughout him. Let's see if Kufra can stop us from blinking. As you can see, Harley can pass through Kufra's bouncing baby ball. He can even go back to his hat back even having Kufra in between. So this just means Kufra is not a great counter against Harley. Next, we have Sylvana. Let's see if we can return to our hat when we are inside her ultimate skill. As you can see, we were able to click our second skill again, but we just blinked at the corner of her ultimate skill. So in short, her ultimate skill could see through your lies. Next, we have Diggy. Let's see if we can return back to our hat when Diggy uses his second skill on Harley. As you can see, we were able to return to our hat, but we were suddenly pulled back to the center of Diggy's second skill. So be aware when being locked by Diggy's second skill. Next up we have Lancelot. Harley's ultimate skill's burst damage will take effect after a few seconds. Let's see if Lancelot can dodge this burst damage when he uses his second skill. As you can see, Lancelot was able to dodge the burst damage from Harley's ultimate. So this means Harley's ultimate skill can easily be dodged by skills that makes a hero untargetable, like Ling's ultimate skill, Lunox's ultimate skill on Brilliance mode, Winter Trunchen's active skill, and many more. Last but not the least, we have Wan. We all know Wan is untargetable while on her ultimate skill. So this will definitely let her dodge the burst damage of Harley's ultimate skill. We just want to show you how we pulverize Rakuten on this part of the experiment. In terms of his combo, we just follow a simple combo for Harley. First, find a squishy prey that is alone and is willing to be killed. Then, use your second skill to be near the target. Then, use your ultimate skill to make the enemy dance with hula hoop. Then aim your first skill well and use it to deal lots of damage to the enemy. But it's also best if you use your retribution first before using your first skill, so that the enemy's magic defense will be lowered if you have the item Star Shard. Then, Use your second skill for a more dramatic exit while waiting for the enemy to explode to bits.
An enemy. You have slain an enemy.
Additional tip: with your second skill, you can easily steal jungle monster last hits, even steal the Lord. Blinking near the Lord will let you use your skills towards the Lord. Using it again will let you escape the anger of the enemies. It's just like you just stole a candy from these poor little kids. The tips I mentioned are just some of the ways you can use Harley. This video just guides you on how to use Harley the Kurumi way. We would like to thank our Wakandian brother, Rakuten, for being our lab rat for this boot camp. You can search for him in-game and tell him how much you appreciate him, willing to sacrifice his pride and honor for our sake. Watch his in-game streams and send some flowers and hearts. So, once again, this is Kurumi and that's how you use Harley. Thanks for watching. Do not forget to like and share this video. Also subscribe to our channel for more contents by clicking on the subscribe button below. For our skin giveaway events, check out the community tab for the giveaway post. We have our coffee account just in case you want to donate us some coffee funds. Check our coffee link on the description of this video. Please only trust bootcamp videos from our official accounts. See you on the next Mobile Legends bootcamp. Cheers.